Hi and welcome to the Crochet Circle. My name is Alex and in today's video I want to show you how to make a Christmas light, a round Christmas light actually. Now in the previous video I already showed you how to make it in continuous rounds, and now in this video I'm going to show you how to make it in rows. If you're wondering why this Christmas light is a bit sparkly, it's because I used some metallic thread inside, and I'm gonna show you also this while doing the next Christmas light, how to just join it together. So for this I'm gonna be using some white cotton yarn. I'm gonna be using my 3mm hook, and I have some silver metallic yarn here, not yarn, thread, sorry. Now all I have to do is kind of find where the beginning is. So I know this is the end, now I need to find the beginning. I hope it will work. If it won't work, I'm just gonna take a different one because I have several of them. Yeah, this is definitely the end tail. I need to find the start somewhere. Okay, this is not gonna happen, so I'm gonna just take another one. Because if this doesn't work, then this one will work. So it's just a silver metallic thread for sewing, and I'm just gonna join it with some white yarn to get a nice effect. So how I do that? I just have it next to my yarn all the time, and when I grab one yarn I try to grab both of them, and that's the whole secret. Now the beginning calls for a magic ring that I've just done. So the magic ring, I just go twice over my thumb and then I do a chain one. I'm gonna pull the magic ring a bit tight. Now I need to do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now I'm gonna pull the magic ring tight and close the row. Okay, now the magic ring is tight. Now I need to close the row, and I'm gonna actually close the row with a slip stitch. And one more thing, because I'm gonna show you now how to make let me see which one it is. Yeah, I think it's this one. Do you see this line here? I'm gonna show you how to work in rows without the seam. So I've learned that quite a while ago, and I think it's time for you to learn it as well if you don't already know it. So the lady was saying all the time, forget everything you know about the crocheting, because when you join with the slip stitch, pull the slip stitch tight as much as possible. So I hope you can see, but my slip stitch is almost gone. And then when you do a chain one, pull the chain one as well as tight as possible, and then start working in the same stitch where the chain one came out from. So this is the secret. Now I'm gonna go up to row number 2. Row number 2 requires 12 stitches. That means 6 increases. An increase is just 2 single crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12. Now, I hope you can see of the previous round, the slip stitch is like really small, and now you can just join it with again a slip stitch in the first single crochet. And again, because I don't want those gaps, I'm gonna pull the slip stitch as much as I can because I want it to make as little as I can. Now this is row number 2 done. Now I'm up to row number 3. I'm gonna do a chain 1 again. A chain 1 meaning just make the smallest chain that you can do. Now I'm gonna do a 1 single crochet in the same stitch and an increase. And now I have to repeat that 6 times, so I'm gonna have 18 stitches at the end. Now 4, 5, 6 is an increase. 7, 8, 9 is an increase. 10, 11, 12 is an increase. 13, 14, 15 is an increase. 16 and 17, 18 is an increase. Again, for not showing the seam, what I have to do is I have to join it with the slip stitch, and I have to pull the slip stitch as much as I can to make it as small as possible. Now I need to do 3 rows of 18 single crochets. Again, just in the beginning, I'm making a chain 1 and I'm pulling it really tight so it's small as it can be. And now I just need 18 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Now again, joining it with a slip stitch and just pulling the slip stitch as tight as possible. And you cannot see where the join is. Now that's row number 1 of 3 done. I need 2 more rows like this. Again, in the beginning, chain 1 should be as small as possible and in the same stitch in, and do the first single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Again, the join will be with the slip stitch, and just pull the slip stitch as tight as possible. Now I need one more row of 18 single crochets. Chain 1 is done, and I've pulled it as tight as possible again. And now I need 18 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Again, joining it with the slip stitch and just pulling the slip stitch as tight as possible. You can almost not see where the joins are. Now the next row calls for 9 decreases, so I'm gonna start again with a chain 1 and then pulling the chain 1 tight, going in just the front loop of the first stitch and in the second one, and then joining them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna fill the Christmas light up now. So last week it was snowing here, this week it's raining, and I think you can hear the raindrops falling because they are bashing over my window at the moment. Okay, so now the Christmas light is filled. Now I need to do one more decrease and then join it together. Now this is the 9th decrease, and I don't need to do a slip stitch or anything like that. I'm gonna cut the yarn and pull it through, because I'm at the end of this row now, and the green yarn that I'm gonna join, I can then join it anywhere, and then you won't see where it's actually joined. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I go over the first stitch, I go into the second one, because I'm covering the first stitch with this, and then going back to where I started. Oops. Now I just need to work the tail in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't pull too much when doing the tail in, because you still want a nice round form. Okay, so the bottom part is now done. Now I'm gonna take the green yarn and I'm gonna join I can actually join anywhere I want with a slip stitch, a chain 1, again pulling the chain 1 a bit tighter, and now just doing 9 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now joining into the first stitch with a slip stitch and pulling the slip stitch as tight as possible. Now chain 1, again pulling the chain 1, and now again 9 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm not gonna make a slip stitch. I'm gonna cut the yarn, pull the yarn through, and grab my needle. If you want, you can definitely make a slip stitch there, but you don't have to, because I'm gonna be joining these two now invisibly, so that means I'm not gonna go into the first stitch, I'm gonna go into the second stitch, and then I'm gonna come back to where I came from. And as you can see, I have 9 stitches all around. All I have to do now is join it together. So I'm going up, and now I'm just sewing together the inner or the back loops only. And pulling tight, closing the gap. I'm just gonna go once more around just to make sure, and now I can hide my tail into the work, cutting the yarn. And this is a Christmas light with in rows done. As you can see, you can actually not see where the change of the color was done, plus the rows are linear instead of this one. No, I've made this one as a tutorial where you can see the change of the color, the change of the size. The difference of the size is because I've done this one with a 3mm hook and a bit thinner yarn, and this one with a 3.5mm hook and a bit thicker yarn. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you next time. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a preview of what will be probably the next video, because I've already showed you how to make Christmas lights like this and how to make round Christmas lights, so why not make a more complex Christmas decoration? But this is gonna be in one of the next videos. This is how to make a Christmas round light. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope to see you soon. Happy crafting!